Okay, today I will do the theory part of the household electricity, the other theory parts. First one is electric fuse. What is electric fuse? We say it is a safety electric device. It is a safety device which limits the current, which does not allow the current to exceed a particular value. So it is a safety device actually. It provides safety to the appliance or to the electric circuit. It will never allow the current to exceed a particular value. What may cause the damage of the appliance or the short circuiting inside. I'm coming to that. In electric fuse, within electric fuse, we have a thin wire used, that is called fuse wire. Fuse wire must have two properties. It must have a low melting point and it must have a high resistivity or high resistance. Because we are using very short length of the wire, it must offer high resistance or high resistivity so that it can stop the current. And it must have low melting point because the electric fuse works on the heating property of current, because current can cause magnetic property also, current can cause heating property, current can cause motion also, so many things can do. But in fuse we find the current is causing heating property, and due to the heating property the fuse wire inside the fuse will melt and will stop the current if the current exceeds a particular value. So fuse wire must have two properties. It must have a low melting point and high resistance. Now, what is the suitable material for a fuse wire? The suitable material for the fuse wire is an alloy containing 50% lead and 50% tin. And that alloy is called fuse metal. Copper is not suitable for making fuse wire. Copper should not be used because it has high melting point and low resistivity. It will not stop the current. It will allow the current to flow and it will not melt also quickly. It has got high melting point. So the damage due to the high current may occur. It cannot prevent the damage. So one should not use copper wire as the fuse wire. Now electric fuse is always connected with a live wire. So we have three kinds of wire in the circuit, electric circuit: live wire, neutral wire and the earth wire. There are three kinds of wire. So electric fuse, even the switches, these are all connected to the live wire in series. We have to put the fuse wire in the series with the live wire, because through the live wire the current enters the circuit. And through the neutral wire it returns back to the source from where it is coming. And through the earth wire it goes to the earth. That is another safety measures, safety precautions taken. So I'll talk about that later. What thing what? We have plug case will come later. I'm just talking about the wire. Okay. There are three kinds of wire. So fuse is always connected in series, always with the live wire. Remember, not to neutral wire, not to the earth wire. By chance, fuse is connected to the neutral wire. What will happen? The high current will flow and will damage the appliance, and then return back to the source. Then you cannot prevent the damage. If the fuse wire is connected with the earth wire, then also the appliance will receive high current and will get damaged. So the purpose of fuse will fail in that case. So the fuse is always connected with the live wire at the entry point, okay, not at the exit point. It's after it passes through the appliance. So this is all about the fuse. But nowadays fuse is replaced by MCB. MCB is the better option than the electric fuse. Why? Because the operation of MCB is faster, quicker than the fuse. In no time it gets cut out. There is an auto cut, or the auto cut that button is there, so that gets auto cut immediately. If anything goes wrong with the large current, it tries to enter a circuit, or if there is a short circuiting inside, then the MCB, that switch will go down. It cuts off. So it will never allow the high current to run in a circuit. So it has a faster operation. And the second advantage of MCB is that it does not require any replacement of the wire. Like in fuse, what happens, the wire melts, you remove the wire and then put another wire in place of that. So that is not needed in case of MCB. So in MCB, the switch goes down, you correct the fault where the high current is flowing, and then it will switch it on, then it sends the current. As long as the fault is not corrected, the MCB will not allow the current to flow. If your fault is corrected, then only the MCB will allow the current to flow. So it does not require any installation. But there is slight disadvantage of MCB is that it is expensive than a fuse. Normally fuse wire, once you buy the fuse wire will cost around 5-6 rupees. But an MCB will cost, when it gets damaged, so you cannot repair it. You have to replace with a new one. The new one cost is nearly 300-400 depending upon the capacity of the MCB. So may not be that advantageous in that case. So understood, I suppose. But they play the same role. They will limit the current. They will not allow the current to exceed a particular value. Okay. So this is all about the fuse. Any questions? Understood? Okay, now what are switch or switches? I think a switch is an on-off device. This is an on-off device, on-off device. So it allows us to send the current as per our requirement to the appliance so that it works. And we switch off, that means we are not allowing the appliance to work. So that time we switch off. A switch is also connected in series with the live wire only, because through the live wire we set the current and we off the current through the live wire only, because through the live wire only the current enters and gets blocked. What precautions one should take while handling the switches? So first we say switches must not be touched with the wet hands. One must not be barefoot while touching a switch, and switches must not be loosely fitted on the board. They must be tagged on the board, tightly fitted on the board. There must not be any loose wiring in the switch. Okay. Then we say that the switch must have a proper current rating depending upon the appliance, the current carrying capacity of the appliance. We cannot use the common fuse for what type of appliances. You must have seen at home for heater, for geyser, we use power switch, the big switch we use, because that will be rated with higher current ampere. Their rating will be nearly 16 ampere. And so for the bulb, for switches, for fans, or we use a small switch, their rating is only 5 ampere, because they don't require high current. But your heater, your geysers, they require really high current. And this kind of switch cannot will not be able to supply that high current. Instead of that, they will get heated up and they will melt. They will get damaged themselves. So switches must be of proper rating only must be used depending upon the current consuming capacity of the appliance. Okay, I hope you understood switches. Yes. Now the next comes barefoot. Yeah, you will be directly in contact with the earth. By chance, if there is something wrong, some fault is there, and you are getting a shock, that shock will be quite large amount, because the current goes to the earth immediately. So you will get very large amount of shock. Now, earthing. Earthing is the process. Okay, it is not a device. It is the process of connecting the electrical circuit with the earth. And how is the earthing done? Earthing is done by digging the ground nearly 5-6 feet deep in a wet area, where nearby the drain area, in the drain site we do it, where there is availability of water. We dig the ground and then we make a layer of charcoal and salts, and on top of that we place a copper plate, thin copper plate will be thin copper plate, and we wrap the plate with the copper wire like this, naked copper wire we wrap it, and that wire will bring inside our home. So this is called earthing. That means we have done the earthing. That means the wire is earth wire from the earth only we are drawing inside home in all the rooms. Okay. Now, how does earthing help us? Earthing help us. It protects us from getting shock. It prevents us from getting a shock while we touch a metallic appliance normally. So, earthing is required, or we need to connect the appliance with the earth wire only when the appliance is metallic one. Because when you touch a metal body, if you handle the metal part of the appliance, then if there is a leakage of current in the metal part due to any fault, then you will get a shock, and the shock can be quite large amount of shock you may get. So earthing prevents the current flowing from the metallic part of the appliance, and the reason why it prevents, because the metallic part of the earth will be connected with the earth wire. If any current is flowing in the metallic part of the appliance, it will immediately go to the earth, and the earth's conductivity is very large. Why very large? Because we have used charcoal and we have used NaCl and water also there. That means NaCl is a very strong electrolyte, you know that. So it is a very good conducting layer we are forming. Immediately the very large current will start flowing and will be going to the earth when it is connected with the earth wire. And the fuse of this appliance, fuse of all metallic appliances, in all metallic appliances there will be a fuse, inbuilt fuse may be there inside. The fuse will blow. Fuse blow means the inside the fuse wire will break, will melt. So that means the current will be stopped there only. That means you have to change the fuse and again connect. But unless the fault is that fuse blowing is giving you the indication that there is a current running in the metallic part of the appliance, that means the device is not safe to be used. Again you try it, but if the current is leaking, again the fuse will blow. So it keeps on blowing unless you correct the fault. I mean, if you check the leakage of the current in the metallic part of the appliance. Hope you understood. So, yeah. So, earthing will be preventing a person from getting a shock while handling or while touching a metallic appliance or metallic part of the appliance. Normally at home we use refrigerator, washing machine, electric iron. So, they are usually metal one. So, when you touch it, either opening the door of the fridge or closing the door of the fridge, if there is any leakage of current in the body of the refrigerator, you will get a shock, and that shock will be quite heavy shock. Refrigerator also, washing machine also the same. Electric iron press is also made up of aluminium metals. You may get a quite heavy shock. But if the appliance is made up of plastic, insulating body, you don't need earthing, because we know that plastic will not give you any shock. Even if the current is leaking and touching that plastic body and you touch it, you will not get a shock unless your hand is wet. So earthing is needed only for metallic appliance, and only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed. The question comes very often, which part of an appliance is earthed? We say metallic part of the appliance is only earthed. That's why the portion which is being earthed, there should not be any paints, insulation paints and all, because through that only the current is going to the earth. Current, we have to allow it to go to the earth so that the fuse of this appliance will blow. If you provide insulation, then the current cannot go and the person touching the appliance may get a shock. So only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed. Is it okay? Understood? Okay, now after I am coming to this one, plug and socket system. At home you must have seen we use plug and socket. Socket means the holes, and plug means with the pins. The plug will go inside the socket, and Why we need plugs and socket system? What can be the reason? Why we use it? What is the advantage of plug and the socket system? Tell me. Any idea? You can apply it in common sense, general knowledge. Plug and socket systems are used for portable appliances. Like in that plug systems, you can keep changing the appliance. You can use different appliances using the same plug and socket system. Suppose you want to use your mobile charger from one room to the another room, you want to shift. You can easily shift through that. But if you are using permanent switches, I mean switches for tube light and all, the switch cannot be transferred. No, I mean the appliance connected to that particular switch cannot be transferred. That is quite difficult thing or tedious thing. Suppose you want to use your charger in a large room which is quite fast. Then what? You will do another one or the other one. The best is use plug and socket system. You can use anywhere, portable. You can, where you are not, you can keep in your pocket. When you want to use it, put it there in the plug and socket and get the current from it and make the appliance work. What? Not only this, I am talking about mobile charger, anything like which is portable type of thing, so we can use plug and socket system over here. But anyway, forget about that. The main point is in a 3-pin plug system, one of the pin is made, there are 3 pins, one pin is meant for live wire, one is for earth, one is for neutral. One of the pin is made longer and thicker. Which pin? Do you know? Yeah, earth pin, the top one, which is right on top, that is made thicker and longer. Why it is made longer? Reason? What will pass? Why being longer only it will pass large amount of current. Shorter pin will not send large current. Simple idea. It is made longer so that the appliance is first connected to the earth. That ensures the safety of the users. First, you must see your safety. Before you use the appliance, you must make sure that no current is running in the metallic part of the appliance. So it is made longer so that first the appliance is connected with the earth. It will first go into the socket, its own socket first. That's why it is made longer than the other two. Understood? By chance you are making of same side or you are making it shorter, then what will happen? The light pin and this pin will go inside first, and then the current will receive the current, and you touch it, you get a shock. But if it is longer, so always the first pin, which pin will go inside the socket? First will be only the earth pin going inside. So first, that ensures it is made longer to ensure the safety of the users. Secondly, why it is made thicker? Even by mistake, it should not fit into the other two sockets which are not made for it, which are made for live wire and the neutral wire. So that is the reason why it is made thicker. By chance, suppose the earth pin goes into the live wire, what will happen? The entire live wire current will go to the earth. The neutral appliance will not work, appliance will not receive any current. If it goes into the neutral wire, what will happen? The current will be running through the appliance and the person touching the appliance will receive the shock. That means the shock also cannot be prevented. So the whole purpose of earthing will be defeated or will fail. So that is the reason it is made thicker. I hope you understood it. Okay. Yes, Subramanian, don't say larger current and all. You say longer so that it goes first into the socket, that ensures the safety of the users first. First is the safety of the users and then after the other thing will come. Okay. Okay. Now, next point is household wiring is done in which type of combination? Series or parallel? Which type of combination household? Your household wiring is always done in parallel. You know why? What is the reason? Yeah. In parallel, now all the appliances will receive different currents. So they all will run independently. The working of one appliance will not be affected by the non-working of the other appliance. If the other appliance is faulty, it's not working, but the other appliance will still work. And plus we are using different switches for different appliances because we want only that particular appliance to work at a time. Suppose in a room, so we want only the tube light to be on, we don't want fans to be on at the same time. So we have to go for parallel combination, because in parallel combination we are able to put different switches for different type of appliances. In series, all the appliances will be connected to the single switch. Single switch you put down, everything is on. Put on, everything is on. So it's like that. So forget about loss of current, but the main disadvantage is that if one of the appliances is fused, then none of the appliances will work. And once you put on, all the appliances will be on at a time. And once you put off, everything will be off. So that is undesirable at home, inside home I am talking about. That is one reason. Second reason is all the appliances in parallel run at a common voltage of supply, which is 220 volt in India throughout. That means if all the appliances in India, they all will be set at a voltage of 250 volt. That means you can use the appliances anywhere in India. If you buy in Delhi some appliances, you want to use in California, you can still use. But had they been in series, the voltages are all different. So that means the particular appliance will be used at a particular voltage, and that voltage may not be available from the supply. So how can you use them? So that is another disadvantage. But in a big place, series combination is advantageous in a big place. Like such as your hall, auditoriums. There are so many appliances, so many bulbs, so many fans, so many things are there inside. And then if you are going for parallel combination there, then you have to use so many switches, and all the switches you need to put on and off. It will take a long time and time consuming. So there we put all of them in series, and we use a single switch. That switch you pull it down, the lever you pull it down, so it all will become on. When you put it up, that means switch off. They all will get switched off. Yeah, black and the main switch. We all have at home also. That is called main switch. So main switch, when you put down, what happens? Then current is off. When you put up, then current is on. Then inside something is on and on, and you want to do some repairing work. First you have to put the main switch down, so that no current is running in any wire inside home. So there we are going for definitely switch. They are the switches. That means they are always connected with the live wire, and that is always connected in series with the live wire. So that kind of series combination will become advantage. But I am talking about the home. Home has got different rooms, different points, different appliances we have, and we never want all the appliances to work simultaneously. So that's why we have to go for parallel combination. Now the three types of wire we have: live, neutral, and the earth wire. They are identified by their colors also. Okay, but if I ask you without colors, how can you identify them? Live wire, how can you identify the live wire? Live wire is also known as phase wire. Live wire is also called phase wire, PHASE, phase wire. Okay, how do we identify the live wire other than its color? How can you identify? Tell me. By tester. Okay, then what happens? The simple idea is, you see the switch, to whichever wire the switch is connected, or to whichever wire the fuse is connected, that must be the live wire. As simple as it. To whichever wire the switches, the switches and fuse are always connected in series with the live wire only. So to whichever wire the switches are connected, that must be the live wire. Okay, what are the color code of the different kinds of wire? Live, what is the color used? Live, with live, then we have neutral, what is the color used? And then we have earth. For live, brown color is used, not red, remember. This is the new color code. For live wire, brown color is used. For neutral, light blue. Neutral is light blue, and for earth, green or yellow. Green or yellow color is used. This is the color code of the cable wires. Give the color code of the cable wires, then you can light brown, neutral light blue, and earth green or yellow. This is also important. Two of the wires are kept at the same potential. Which two wires are kept at the same potential? Do you know? Not neutral and live. There will be no potential difference. Current will not flow. How can you keep them at the same potential? Live and neutral. Then current will not flow between them. When potential is set, the potential difference is zero, the current will not flow. Neutral and the earth are kept at the same potential, and that is zero volt. The neutral and the earth's potential is 0 volt, 0. So name the two wires which are kept at the same potential, and what is the value of their potential? You say neutral and the earth, and the value of their potential is 0 volt. What is the value of common voltage of supply in India? What is the value of common voltage of supply? 220 volt. 220 volt AC. Supply voltage is always AC, alternating current. Okay. And AC. And its frequency value is 50 Hertz. From the power stations, 220 volt is released at 50 Hertz frequency. 50 Hertz. Just keep in mind. Okay. Yeah. Neutral wire, nothing is connected. Neutral wire will be connected back to the source. From there, the current has to return back. Through the neutral wire, the current returns back to the source. Okay. Then what else? What other questions? Okay, with this information, this chapter is finished. Okay, this chapter has reduced the portion. So, as per the reduced syllabus, we have covered all the questions in this chapter. Okay. I have given you the notes. You see that. Electric fuse is the electric device which limits the current. That is the definition. Okay. Okay, thank you then. I'll send you the link for the